Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The information I have, the piece of news that I have in this article that I will discuss during this video is not really new, it's just detailed with information. As you know, the United States of America points fingers at Russia for violating Ukraine's sovereignty and invading the country and having troops on Ukrainian territory. And according to the United States and the monolithic West, or the collective West, that's a violation of UN Charter and blah blah blah, tra-la-la, lululu. Okay, I agree with that. Now, let's go and see if the United States does the same thing somewhere else. So this article comes from the Al-Mayadin, and it's from today, the 23rd over there of October 2021. It was written at 0001 AM. UAV targets US base in Syria, Al-Omar field reports. A drone targets the US base in Al-Omar field with several missiles, and the US occupation shells agricultural lands in retaliation. Where is this base? US soldiers prepared to go out and patrol from a remote combat outpost in northeastern Syria. Alright, an unidentified drone targeted the US occupation base in the Al-Omar field with a barrage of missile. Sources familiar with the matter told Al-Mayadin on Saturday, without providing further information about the losses. And I'm quoting, several blasts were heard in the US occupation base in the Al-Omar field in the eastern Deir ez-Zor countryside as drones buzz overhead, the sources added. And I'm quoting, the US forces in the Al-Omar field retaliated by shelling agricultural areas on the outskirts of Al-Mayadin. They concluded. The US occupation forces carried out earlier in the month an airdrop operation involving multiple helicopters in the southern countryside of Qamishi, which resulted in the death of one person. Besides being an occupation force that backs armed groups for its own operations and agenda in the region, the US occupation forces continue to steal Syrian oil by smuggling it from their bases in Syria to their bases in Iraq. Hey, sovereignty? Syria's sovereignty was violated, United Nations Charter, blah 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 blah. Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, because we're the good guys. I got it, my bad. So convoys of tens of vehicles, including tankers loaded with stolen oil from oil fields occupied by US forces in Syria, are frequently seen crossing towards northern Iraq, in addition to trucks loaded with military equipment. The Syrian Oil Ministry has recently revealed that the US occupation loots the majority of Syria's oil, knowing that daily production of the eastern oil fields is 83.3 thousand barrels. And a subtitle here, US a bandit in Syria. On August 15, SANA said the US smuggled dozens of tankers loaded with stolen Syrian oil through the illegal Al-Muhammadiyah border crossing. Over the past, and I'm quoting, over the past hours, the US occupation forces brought out a convoy of 100 tankers, exactly 100, filled with Syrian oil from Al-Hasaka countryside to the bases in the Iraq lands through the crossing. Local sources from Al-Yarubiyah countryside told SANA. On August 14th, SANA reported, citing sources, that the US occupation forces in Syria looted 89 oil tankers from Syria and smuggled them into Iraq through illegal crossing. So, a convoy of 89 oil tankers left from Al-Yarubiyah, has like three other names, I will read them, Al-Hasakah Governorate, using the illegal border crossing of Al-Mahmudiyah in northeastern Syria to get to Iraq, SANA reported. On August 9th, the Syrian oil ministry revealed that the U.S. occupation loots the majority of Syria's oil, knowing that the daily production of eastern oil fields are 80.3 thousand barrels. The U.S. meddling in the crisis-stricken Middle Eastern constitutes to be exposed, continues, my God, to be exposed, from occupation to military agenda and the theft of oil. So who's who, what's what? So that's why when for instance, I hear the Americans telling the Russians to get back and take their troops, I'm saying, no, first you do it. After you do it, those guys are over there for some time, if you know what I mean. And were not invited over there, by the way, right? So they're backing a certain kind of forces. Remember, it was a civil war over there, and revolutionaries were backed by by Zimbabwe. Let's put it this way: we know who Zimbabwe is, right? So this is the double standard hypocrisy coming from these big countries. Now, just to look at the situation in Ukraine, the Russians are over there. And they're blamed, oh God, you guys gotta go. Well, you see, the bases in Syria are attacked by whom? I don't know. But then if they're attacked by the Syrians, what will the Russians, the US forces do? They're gonna shoot the Syrians, but that's their land. What are you doing there? You see how things are law-based, I guess. The thing with American retaliated by hitting, I don't know, cornfields, or not cornfields, but crop fields and all that, agricultural area. I don't know if that's so, but you are the invading troop, you are the occupier, and you are the looter. That's without any other euphemisms used. Straight. It's a crime committed over there. It's a crime. So I don't take into consideration their virtue signaling when I talk about Russia. And I don't want to hear the thing, you don't make a right with two wrongs. Well, how about we start with you first? And then with your wrong, we're going to come to my wrong, and we solve my wrong, okay? What are you talking about? Shut up. Do not even talk. Go and solve your shit, and then you demand others that started the shit after you've been in that shit for about, I don't know, 7 years or something. I don't even know how long that's been over there. I think more than that. Anyway, this is another hypocritical demand, and unfortunately you have soldiers that don't know anything about the politics, or I don't know, they're just over there caught in the fire of these weasels, and those weasels who steal the oil. Where do you think the oil goes to? Goes to the US Army? Do you think it goes to you, to me? It goes to a company. Who's that? What's that company? Who owns that company? And who pays for the military? You see how it goes? I pay for the protection guard that stays over there to protect the looter from taking the oil and making a profit. Someone makes a profit. Do I make a profit? Well, if it's put back on my market, it's still a stolen good. Yeah, that's the way the world runs. But we can't drive 2 miles over the speed limit, because we're going to get a ticket and the insurance is going to jump, because you got to be a law-abiding citizen, okay? And you got to teach your children the same values, because they'll do whatever they want. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.